Howdy. Today, we will be taking a look at Mastermind Creations Ocular Max Deletus. And, you know, the more I look at him, the more I think he kinda looks like Scrapper from Transformers Generation 1. But that's probably just a coincidence. Or is it? Because this is the 9th video in my King of Third Party Masterpiece Generation 1 Edition series. This figure comes with one blaster, one cartoony bugle, and a special tool that will help us later. Or maybe it won't. It's a clip for the wheels. In his robot mode, this figure looks really good. I'm gonna try and get some of the negatives out of the way, and it's nothing unusual for Mastermind Creations. There's not a whole lot of paint on it. There's some nice painted details like the lights and the pistons, and obviously all the detail on the chest, but there's just something about the sculpt that MMC is able to capture this really charming, like, cartoony look without it looking ridiculous or childish. Like, the head sculpt is just so indescribably perfect, and it's just these things that make it so good just kind of highlight why I wish it had more paint on it. Otherwise, the joints are really, really well toleranced, and this is just a wonderful toy to play with. The only issues I ran into are the screw caps over the wheel hubs. Both of them on the back wheels fell off, so I had to glue them into place, which some people might squirm about, but I don't intend to take the wheels off anytime soon. As well as the ratchet between the torso and the hips is slightly misaligned, so if I leave it like fully in one groove between the teeth, the torso is slightly off center, but fortunately it's a soft enough ratchet where you can basically force it back to center and it won't try and reset to an off-center position. Otherwise, I mean, it's just a great toy. It really is fantastic, and I can't recommend this figure enough. Here's how Ocular Max Deletus scales with Deluxe Class Deep Cover, Voyager Class Sweep, and Leader Class Grimlock. Here's how Ocular Max Deletus scales with Takara Tomy Masterpiece Megatron and Masterpiece Starscream. In his vehicle mode, Deletus is a stylized front loader. In his vehicle mode, Deletus is really good. I love all the very real-world inspired but still very cartoonish proportions and details. And because of the sheer amount of panels and parts this thing is made up of, it has a lot of, I guess you could say, natural sculpted detail. Like, there's a bunch of panel lines that they didn't include as part of the sculpt, but are just there because of the engineering. And the fact that the front loader can articulate is really good. It seems like one of those things that I shouldn't have to be celebrating, but there are some companies that probably wouldn't even try. And the expanding wheels, for all the things that this figure can do, the expanding wheels are just one of the coolest things I've seen in a long time. It seems like such a simple yet complex thing that's really easy in execution, or at least very seamless in execution. I'm sure it wasn't easy to engineer this, and I should say, the transformation on this figure, much like the last one that I got, is just so enjoyable. I don't often have desk bots, as some people might have, but this figure sat on my desk right next to my computer for a good week or two. I admit this video is a little late getting out, and I just had so much fun transforming it back and forth, and all the tolerances and the clearances are so well engineered and thought out that there's no collisions or bending plastic past plastic. It just works, and for a toy, I can't give a higher recommendation. It's just amazing. And the coolest thing about these collapsible wheels is that, and this is extremely thoughtful, if you collapse all of them, the vehicle still has enough ground clearance to roll. Okay, well, if you put it on a surface that it actually wants to roll. And also, you can't have the blaster attached underneath, but that's just so thoughtful that it can still roll without collapsing the wheels. Here's how Ocular Max Deletus scales with Deluxe Class Deep Cover, Voyager Class Artfire, and Leader Class Laser Optimus Prime. Here's how Ocular Max Deletus scales with Fans Toys Parkour, Fans Toys Jive, and Ocular Max Demolitor. I hope you've enjoyed this brief look at Mastermind Creations Ocular Max Deletus. I got this figure at the Big Bad Toy Store. Eventually, listen, I don't know what happened. Big Bad Toy Store is usually great, and also this video is really late because I was at TFCon. If there are any other figures you'd like me to take a look at next, leave a comment down below. Don't forget to check out my King of Third Party Masterpiece Generation 1 Edition playlist, also linked down below. And as always, I'm Leo, reminding you that plastic toys don't belong in plastic prisons. See you next time!